women and girls, and you always get compliment. How do you feel about it?
No, as far as I'm concerned, I think it shows that they're very kind people. I shouldn't take
But
it
you have
too.
always been favorite of all of us, whether
Well, it's good. I respect women and I show them that respect so they feel that they can talk comfortably with me. That's all. I
Right.
think I have no particular magic about it beyond that.
I thought you have some magic stick and you can, tell us about that. How do you feel when you come to Chhattisgarh?
You know, it's a very beautiful state. Now, Raipur, I know I was not here in the past, so I don't know, but what I've heard is the transformation has been dramatic. And certainly the infrastructure, the roads, the highways, the overall environment seems very, very attractive and very pleasant.
Right.
So I'm sure that the state is developing well. I have not been out to Bastar and the tribal areas. That is obviously a very special part of the Chhattisgarh experience.
Of course,
I would
sir.
love to see that on a future occasion.
Yes,
But
sir.
definitely it's a state which has got a lot of attention, and for us in the Congress party, it's a showcase
Right.
of how you can have a compassionate politics in our country.
Right. So, how do you see in Chhattisgarh, where are the places that lack, and you feel that there are things to be done in the coming years?
Well, I think definitely we all accept that the Adivasis, the tribals require special attention because in many ways they have suffered a lot. And you know, they are the original inhabitants of this country. Whoever we are, we have come from later waves of migration, invasion, whatever. And we owe it to them, I think, to ensure that their needs are given priority and met properly. And I would say, to be very honest, Suruchi, that if you look at the challenges, they're not easy because on the
Right.
one hand, people say they need development. On the other hand, if you are bringing in too much development, then you're interfering with their traditional life. If you go and exploit the forests, you're exploiting and damaging the environment. But if you don't, how do you bring the modern schools, modern hospitals, modern facilities? So there is a definite a paradox that needs to be overcome to get this done. In my own experience, I would say that the Congress Party's big strength in this kind of issue is that it approaches it with compassion, that the marginalized, the weaker sections are always given particular attention and help. Whereas if you look very seriously at some of the politics of other parties, the so-called Gujarat model is all a top-down model. It is big factories, big businesses,
Right.
big GDP growth, but at the bottom level, the tribals, the Adivasis, child malnutrition, maternal mortality, Gujarat's figures are terrible. So that's where I think the Chhattisgarh model scores.
Right. So, what would be a message for youth from you want to give?
I think the youth, frankly, I tell them it's already your country.
Yeah.
More than 50% of the population is under 25 already.
Right.
And it's going to grow up higher percentage. So it's your country now, you have to take ownership of it. Which means I'd like to see youth more involved in public policy discussions. I'd like to see youth more interested in politics. Today, a young 18-year-old student who had come to watch this came and said, I'm not interested in politics. My friends are not interested in politics. We're more interested in cricket and Bollywood.
Right.
And I said, I'm also interested in cricket and Bollywood. Why not? But you should also be interested in politics because politics is interested in you. The decisions that politicians take is affecting your future, is outlining the possibilities and limiting the possibilities you have. The kind of country you're growing up in, the kinds of jobs that are available, the kind of university system you can have access to, all this is influenced by politics.
Right.
So you cannot stay away from it.
Right.
And finally, I would say to the youth that you have to be able to be equipped to take advantage of what this 21st century offers. Study, take training, develop your skills, and also have the kind of mindset where you can think out of the box.
Of course.
Because a lot of the jobs that come into stream tomorrow will be jobs that don't exist today. So no one can train you for it
True,
today.
true.
I often tell teachers, don't train the young people what to think, train them how to think.
Right.
Because then they can cope with all the unexpected developments of the
Right.
future.
How do you see here when you see a lot of participants, a lot of professionals coming and joining, and they want to come into politics? What do you think you should be telling it to?
Well, I do tell them, I'm often asked this question by young people. My answer is, by all means you must come into politics if you can afford it. Don't come in for the wrong reasons. Don't
Right.
come in a situation where you need money desperately and you're going to misuse your political office or political opportunities to make money. That's a terrible reason to come in. In that case, I would rather you work for 20 years, put some savings in the bank, took care of your family responsibilities, and then came into politics. But if you were to come into politics for the wrong reasons, you're not doing the country a service.
Right.
Politics is not a job, it's a
Right.
cause, it's a mission.
Right.
And that's the spirit in which you must enter politics. So my own view is some people are fortunate that they don't need to worry about an income, they already have it, or their family has done well and blessed them with a good inheritance.
Right.
Such people can afford to come in young.
Yeah.
Others, my view is, you spend your young years learning your profession, learning skills, acquiring your capacity, and then you also take care of the family's material needs.
Right.
And then when you feel ready, when you are even 35, 40, then you
Yeah.
come into politics. You
Right.
can make more of a difference. I may have waited too long. I came in after 50.
Right.
But I would urge others to plan a little better if they have this interest.
Great, sir. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you, Suruchi.
Thank
So
you
nice to
so
meet you.
much for giving the time after a
pleasure.
long
It's been a long day. It's
It's
been a very long day.
day.
It began
But-
early and is finishing
No,
late.
but it's always pleasure.
Thank you so much.